Hello and welcome to the United Devils YouTube channel. Some match reaction here from the game at the Amex Stadium against Brighton. Another fantastic victory for Manchester United. That's now 15 games unbeaten. A goal from Mason Greenwood and a brace from Bruno Fernandes sealed a comfortable 3-0 victory for United, and the 3 points ensure that they continue their challenge for a Champions League spot at the end of the season. After their FA Cup exploits at the weekend, United reverted back to their strongest 11, the 11 that they put out in the impressive 3-0 victory against Sheffield United in the league last week. That meant another opportunity to see the partnership of Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba in midfield, as well as another start for promising youngster Mason Greenwood. United picked up where they left off in the league and controlled the game from the kick-off. Early signs suggested that Brighton were going to play with a low block and look to keep United out for as long as possible. United prompted and probed for the first 15 minutes to no avail, really. The only shot of note was a thunderous strike from Bruno Fernandes from the edge of the area that smashed against the post. But on 16 minutes, a nice little layoff from Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side fed the ball into Mason Greenwood, and after a jinky little run where he beat one or two defenders with a clever step over, he precisely poked the ball through the legs of the defender and finished neatly at the near post. The young striker now has 13 goals this season. Hell of an achievement for an 18-year-old just breaking into the first team for the first time. And with that assist, Wan-Bissaka has now made 4 assists for United this season. That's one better than his total tally for the whole last season, where he made 3 for Palace. The goal didn't change anything. Brighton remained rigid in their shape, and United continued to control the game. And 13 minutes later, Brighton were punished again when a simple little layoff from Paul Pogba found Fernandes at the edge of the area, who whipping a shot into the far corner, gets deflected and sneaks in again, beating Ryan at the near post. Another goal for the Portuguese Magnifico this season. 30 minutes gone and Brighton looked a beaten team. United oozing confidence, just comfortably knocking the ball around from player to player. Brighton not able to get close to any of United players. It really was so comfortable for United, and they were on easy street at this point. Half-time meant some changes for Brighton, and they brought on 2 of their star players, Leandro Trossard and Neil Maupay, and these changes seemed to have a positive effect. They came out the first 5 minutes with much more attacking intent, knowing that they needed to try and get something from the game. They were going to have to push forward, but it only took United 5 minutes to hit Brighton on the counter-attack to devastating effect. This was a goal that had got United written all over it. So the ball comes in from Brighton. Maguire times his jump brilliantly and heads the ball away. The ball falls to Matic, who controls it on his chest and pings a wonderful ball wide out towards Mason Greenwood on the left-hand side. He brings the ball down brilliantly, runs with it, and puts in a fantastic cross for that Bruno is able to meet at the far post with a wonderful volley back across the goalkeeper to make it 3-0 and game over, and United on their way to the first win in Brighton since 1982. The 3-goal lead meant that United could now make some changes going into the last half an hour of the game. They were afforded the luxury of being able to take off Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw, players who had played nearly all the minutes since the restart since the pandemic. In the last half an hour, United naturally took their foot off the gas, and that meant that there was a couple of occasions where David De Gea was called into action, and he would have been grateful of the opportunity to make a couple of saves and just remind everybody of the quality that he has. Shots from Aaron Connolly and Leandro Trossard ensured that Dave had to be on his toes in order for us to keep a clean sheet. As the game wore on, United saw this as an opportunity to rest their legs and give some crucial minutes to the likes of Dan James and Odion Ighalo and just keep the squad fresh, ready for another game on Saturday afternoon against Bournemouth. United's next 2 Premier League games are against relegation-threatened teams in the Premier League, so they will prevent challenges of a different kind. But United are in great form and carrying great confidence at the moment that these are most definitely winnable games and games that they'll be looking to take 6 points from. What United seem to have done really well since the restart of the Premier League is score goals nice and early in games that have enabled them then to just slow the game down and control the game, and obviously at the same time players aren't having to push themselves to the max. This has allowed the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw and Martial and Rashford to play the amount of minutes that they have so far. That's what I firmly believe. Because United have done this, they will be hopeful that they can rest and recuperate their strongest 11 so they can get them out on the pitch again on Saturday to face a pretty determined Bournemouth side. There's no doubt about that. That's all from the match reaction. If you've enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe to the United Devils YouTube video channel, where you'll get plenty more content on Manchester United.